Deputy Thomas Broughan, and you have 30 seconds to introduce your question.
Thanks, Laskin Corla. Well, obviously, Minister, the news from the High Court in London this morning, if it's upheld by the Supreme Court, may give yourself and this House a little bit more time to prepare for the enormous challenge of Brexit. But I followed your responses earlier on to Deputy Collins, and I just wonder if the amount of money you've provided, the extra 52 million on the capital side, I think 3 million you said on the current side, and the additional 50 posts, if that's enough really to across the many agencies that you supervise to address this, huge challenge, one of the biggest challenges, if not the biggest, since 1922. Thanks, Ken.
I've engaged strongly with Enterprise Ireland and IDEA Ireland to ensure that Irish jobs are protected, promoted and preserved. And I'm in ongoing communication with these agencies. And as I've said, I chair the Department's Brexit Coordination Group, which includes the CEOs of the agencies. Enterprise Ireland is working with 1,500 clients who export to the UK, looking at the individual challenges faced by companies in every county in Ireland and also on a sectoral level. And from a strategic perspective, Enterprise Ireland has a two-pronged approach. It is working to assist companies to maintain and grow UK exports and extend their international reach, that is, to diversify. It's also supporting companies in enhancing their competitiveness to protect and grow Irish exports and jobs. In this regard, Enterprise Ireland is assisting clients to improve their processes, to drive efficiencies and cost reductions, and to undertake R&D and innovation with a view to improving existing products and processes for developing new ones. In relation to additional funding, my department has secured, and I'm saying it again, an additional 52 million, which is a 10% increase in capital funding for 2017, and it's the largest increase in the last 15 years. And it's to support the enterprise sector and to assist the agencies in their Brexit response. And on the current side, 3 million to employ 50 more people, additional posts across Enterprise Ireland, IDA and my department.
1 minute.
Thanks, Ken. Well, it's good to hear, Minister, that the Brexit Coordination Group is actually in place. I mean, how often does that meet, and do you intend to publish the minutes or to give us general reports? You earlier on told Deputy Collins that you could be making further announcements. Would we hear that before the end of the year, or in relation to the Article 50, before Article 50, if you like, is launched by the British Government? In other words, would you be making further announcements in relation to supports for our exporters and for other businesses? As you know, the report of Intertrade Ireland, the Q2 Business Monitor, which I know you have, it showed quite clearly that nearly 100% of our businesses, 97% or something, were not ready for Brexit, for the challenge of Brexit. We've already seen disturbing trends in tourism, even in the Dublin region. We've the threat to border counties like the Cans, in relation to the retail trade, Cavan, Monaghan, Louth. There's enormous challenges here. I know you met Minister Fox yesterday. Do you intend to meet him again? And also Minister Davies. I know Minister Davies, I think, was over here previously. And generally speaking, just to ask you, I mean, did you talk about the common travel area and, of course, the single market? Thanks, Karen.
I have 1 minute and I have about 5 questions, so forgive me and I'll talk to you afterwards. First of all, yes, I did meet Minister Fox and Minister Davies, and yes, I do intend to meet them again, and I invited them to Ireland, and they actually cordially accepted. You also asked about, let's just see, you asked about the announcements of the jobs. The announcements of the jobs, again, it's up to the company. They decide in their boardrooms outside this country, and obviously the IDA would be very respectful to the company's wishes. You also asked about, you were making statements rather than asking questions. The committee, we meet once a fortnight. The minutes are taken, obviously, and we work on the action plans that come out of the action points that come out of the meeting. And I think that we are coming close together, coming closer that we will be able to talk later about what we need to do exactly. And when I said that we're targeting and we're going to have a targeted response, what's happening is that Enterprise Ireland, with the other agency, with the other stakeholders that I mentioned earlier, which was Small Firms Association, the Irish Exports Association, they're all going to work now with their companies, with their client companies, to find out exactly what they need.
Final supplementary.
Just to ask you, Minister, were you taken aback by the comments of First Minister Arlene Foster when she seemed to be complaining that our agencies, your agencies, IDA and so on, were poaching jobs from the north? Why would she say that? And given that the future status of Northern Ireland, special status, its critical importance to us in particular, means that we have to ensure that its position is and the position of its economy is protected in Brexit negotiations. So, just what's your comments on that? Can I just ask you as well? Do you think the first debate we had here, I called for a Brexit minister, that we should have somebody to run if you like, all the issues across government. Now, you've a plethora of critical organisations in job creation, job protection, and so on. Department of Agriculture. We've obviously energy, communications, across a whole range of departments. We were talking recently, by the way, about fisheries. What's going to happen to common fisheries policy, and we always feel we got a terrible deal in 1973 in the fisheries. So what's your own opinion? Do you think we should have a Brexit minister? You're handling a lot of it at the moment, and obviously I commend you for that. But is that necessary, or will it be necessary when Article 50 is promulgated?
Thank you. IDA Ireland cooperates with Invest Northern Ireland, INI, the IDA equivalent body in Northern Ireland, in the context of regional and all-island economic development, recognising appropriate opportunities to pursue mutually beneficial cross-border cooperation. Where appropriate, IDA Ireland and INI cooperate on company visits where both jurisdictions are being considered by foreign companies. These visits are, in the main, usually initiated by IDA's network of overseas offices. However, deputies, you should be aware that IDA Ireland competes with INI Ireland for inward investment in certain areas. The economies of Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland both have a highly educated workforce. To this end, the skills pool available both north and south of the border are presented as potential investors as a key competitive advantage for investing in the border regions on the island of Ireland. And for example, PayPal, now located in Dundalk, made a decision to invest in this location based on the pool of skilled staff it could recruit from the large catchment areas from both sides of the border.
That completes priority